What's up, YouTube? It's been a bit since I did an update on the Turbo GTO. I moved across town and changed jobs as well. But we were redoing the hot side. I'm just not happy with the way it looks. It's really hard to work on, and I just think I can do a better job now that I've been doing a little bit more welding and kind of can do a better job at it. So we're here at my new place of business here in North Austin, and we're going to be changing up the routing for the turbo kit a little bit. It's still going to be front mount, but I'm going to go forward and up instead of forward and down. I'm going to still be keeping the AC, but we're going to optimize it a little bit. It had been from 2.5 to 2 1/4, just so I could get where I needed to go with it. But because of this new routing that I'm going to try, I should be able to do 2.5 from the passenger side all the way to the driver's side where the turbo is going to be. For this, we're going to be doing a 2 LQ4 manifolds. I ordered a couple off eBay. I need to clean them up a little bit, as you can see, but we cut the flanges off of them. As you can see here. Cut the flanges off. This is going to be the passenger side. So I cut it a little bit different than I cut the other one. But I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and we're gonna get it on the car and mock up our V-band flange. All right, as you can see here, I've already taken all of the old kit off. Turbo is gone. Here's our new manifold. I'm gonna put the V-band something like that, and we'll immediately turn over here to the left and come down right through where our battery used to be. I'm gonna keep the charge piping the same, I think. Just turning right into here because I've already got the blow-off valve mounted, and I just kind of don't want to mess with that again. So yeah, I'm just getting this. The whole idea here is that this will be really easy to take off and take apart with everything up on top. Because before, you had to reach down in there and try and get this clamp on, and it was just a pain in the neck. So what I learned from my first experience making the kit is that the easier you can make it for yourself to maintain the kit and work on it, the better off you're going to be. The less you're going to hate yourself when you inevitably have to take it off for one reason or another. So what I'm going to do this time is use this old V-band that I have to clamp the flanges together. This will keep it from warping when we're welding it. Another thing I learned from my previous, from my first attempt ever making a turbo kit is that, or I guess one thing I'm going to do differently with this kit is I'm going to use, I should only need 3 V-bands, one on this passenger header, one on the driver's side header, and then one where the crossover meets the turbo. But if I need to use another one, I'm going to use another one, because the easier the kit is to work on, just the better it's going to be overall. Okay, so as you can see, we got the flange welded to the manifold. I used the torch to keep the cast iron hot while we were welding the stainless steel to it. That just allows it to cool slower and keep from cracking. I might have mentioned it before, but we put the clamp on there and the other flange to keep anything from warping, or to keep the face of the actual flange from getting all of our flux BBs on it, because flux is just messy like that. So this, I'm gonna end up using this new one when I actually put it on the car. But we had this old one here. As you can see, it got pretty dirty from previous use. So once this gets nice and cool, I just turned off the torch. We will try putting it on the car and seeing how it looks. Gonna have to do maybe a couple pie cuts, I think, to make sure we stay below the line of the hood. But should go down there something like that. Under the radiator, up to our turbo. So the plan with this build was always to try and do something cool with what I had here, and to do it for as little, as cheaply as possible. And my first kit, I mean, it worked. It made boost. I have a my fuel system is triggered by a Hobbs switch, which I have set up to trigger off of boost pressure. So the Hobbs switch will turn on at about 3 psi boost, and that will trigger my fuel, my secondary fuel system, which will cause my AFRs to plummet down into, according to my logs and my wideband, I was making at least 3 psi boost. So the previous kit, for a first attempt ever fabricating anything, it made boost. So this revision is more for ease of use, and the turbo will still be sitting right here, but it will have the hot side housing will be inverted, and I'll have the crossover and this manifold coming down from above into it. So it won't look as pretty, but it'll make it easier for me to get an exhaust, like an actual exhaust system, instead of my hood dump, as you can see here, which is really inconvenient if it looks like it's going to rain. So it'll just be easier in the long run. I'll probably still make a, obviously, I mean, this is a carbon fiber hood, and it's pretty cool. So I'll probably make a secondary exhaust to come out the hood dump for if I want to go to car shows or anything like that. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna turn out really good. Yeah, so stay tuned for the revision.